the LGBTQ plus, well, I am the N.
Welcome back to Talk Center. Today we're going to be taking a look at SJWs having brain malfunctions. Let's get right into it. SJWs protest about not getting complimented sometimes. It's such hypocrisy.
Women of color, especially Black women, can relate to this. When you tell white women about how hard it is to date and how like your self-esteem, and they're like, oh my god, no, queen, you're so beautiful, like look, you could change your hair, you could do so much, I'm jealous of you, look at your skin. And it's like, sweetie, you are the beauty standard. Why are you telling me not to worry?
So what's the point of this sticker? Also, how's a piece of paper going to stop a toddler from being so mean?
Controversial opinion time. They don't need it. If they don't want it, they don't need it. I'm actually kind of torn on the whole idea of safe space stickers because, like, on the one hand, I feel like it can be used by cishet educators to be very performative allyshipness and like, look, I did a great thing, right? When they haven't actually worked on their own internal biases or the biases in their curriculum or anything else. And I've had students come to me saying that my coworkers have safe space stickers on their doors or whatever, but then they actually get bullied every day for being queer. And
She kind of has something here. People only protest about what is convenient for them and not others.
With this system that we have now, we'll call this system level 0. And then they cared about domination, control, and power. We will call that level 1. And the way in which they maintain their domination, control, and power is via patriarchy, racism, capitalism, ableism, and a couple of other things I'm probably forgetting right now. And we will call that level 2. And then underneath level 2, we have level 3, which are usually the things that we complain about. And we're all familiar with these things, I hope. So when we have discussions such as pets over people, but casual racism isn't a big deal. We need black liberation, but keep the gays away.
Steven Crowder makes fun of SJWs and Milo basically says he has no label.
And now you have this wonderful That's what happens. We okay? We good? Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Darling, you can call me what you like.
Oh, okay, there we go. Crying out loud, listen. Nobody here wants to hear your opinion that much. And here's what's so crazy. You couldn't wait 5 minutes. Unlike leftists, we have an open panel and a Q&A session because we want an open idea. Oh, I'm a racist. There you go. That's a new one. Where'd you learn that one in Social Human Studies 101?
When an SJW just does not know when to stop.
Have you heard of the LGBTQ plus? Well, I am the N in plus. Yes, I'm non-binary, and I'm happy being me, so come at me, you transphobe.
But if you say they after saying Mrs., then it's easy to get confused. So she isn't helping anyone.
Magistra Y, I'm non-binary, and I am a high school teacher. So today I thought I'd tell you a little bit about what I've done and what my school has done to make me feel comfortable out as non-binary at my school. The first thing is really easy. I wear a pronoun pin every day. This works as a visual cue for my students. When I introduced myself to my students, I also gave them some example sentences for those students who weren't as familiar with using they, them pronouns. So I told them, you could say, oh, I have Magistra Y's class next. They teach Latin.
So what happened to equality?
I don't like white people either. How's that? Y'all gonna jump in my comment section and be total pieces of shit? Don't call me sis. How's that? You're gonna jump in my comment section and my DMs and find me and tell me to kill myself? All you people hanging out in the comment section and all you people throwing hate to these people, you're a great example of why white people are hard to like. I don't like white people. I haven't liked white people in years. I get into a fight every Thanksgiving dinner because white people are not worth celebrating.
Good for her. He's probably another SJW trying to find a wife just because he can't score one.
Y'all, I had drinks the other night. I don't know when it is. I'm in a constant time warp with this guy. This goes down in the books. Talked about himself the entire time. Not even good stories. I know about every conference I think he's been to in 20 years in every city. And heaven forbid I'd been to that city and had something interesting to add. He looked at me like, why are you talking? And here's me. May as well take off my glasses. I don't need to see that disdain. And also, the only reason I'm still here is because this cocktail's good. And I'm not done sipping it. And also, boy, bye.
The perfect way to get back at an SJW. She was clearly clueless.
In the US is a colonizer anymore.
So you're either an SJW or you're not. Make your mind up, guys.
If you've ever used Waze, you know there's a feature that lets you see hidden cops. We were tired of these cops setting up speed traps for hundreds of dollars, so we took matters into our own hands.
We could have saved them. This is why I woke up today, to stop that.
First, we made a sign to warn drivers of the cops hiding ahead. Then we went out next to the road dressed as a giant pig cop, holding up our sign so that drivers could see it.
Be careful now. Be careful now. Slow it down.
Everything was going smooth and people loved it until the hiding cop must have realized people were onto him and came to where we were.
How we doing, officer?
Thankfully, we prepared for this and had a backup sign on the back of our poster to cover up our tracks.
All right.
Be out here doing this, okay? Do you have a permit from the city?
I do not.
Okay, you have to have a permit from the city.
All right.
All right, sir?
All right, man. Unfortunately. I love you guys.
A TERF is basically a hypocrite feminist.
Handmaid's Tale shared this article to her Twitter titled "Why Can't We Say Woman Anymore?" and people are wondering if this is her soft launch as a TERF. She keeps telling people to read the article instead of judging her right away, so let's do just that. It is behind a paywall, but I was able to get around that by using Safari and disabling JavaScript. Let me start off by saying that this article absolutely reads like it was written by a TERF. Common TERF phrases are used, such as the erasure of woman and trans activism. There's also some JK Rowling apologism going on when the author claims that she isn't a TERF because she isn't, quote, hostile to the trans movement. Apparently she's just a victim of the social media mob.
There's literally no need to broadcast it, and this woman is showing us that. I'm all here for it.
Sharing their pronouns. Who's everyone? The young lady at the grocery store had a pin that said she, her. But I already know that. So why'd she have to go and tell me?
Some cisgender people, or people whose gender identity is the same as their birth sex, are helping to normalize sharing pronouns.
Oh. Do I need to do that?
Yeah. If you want to help people feel safe in expressing their gender identity and preferred pronouns.
Hello? I'm a cisgender woman who uses the pronouns she, her, and I'd like to order a large pizza.
This guy is confusing me. Is he an SJW?
Favorite TikTok history teacher. Don't debate Don't debate racists or sexists, white nationalists, or either. For one, they're not interested in debating in good faith. They just want to throw around logical fallacies until you get frustrated. And two, when you debate those ideas, you're helping to grant them legitimacy. When you go out of your way to debate a fact or a racist, what you're unfortunately saying is that their ideas have some merit to them, that they're worth discussing. But there's no merit to their ideas. There's no value in discussing them.
Okay, but the doctor can see it. You don't have to look at the scale, and the doctor needs your weight for information.
Yes, great, come with me. Please take your shoes off and get on the scale so we can grab a weight. I would like to not get weighed today, but it's our policy. I understand, but getting my weight is really triggering for me, and due to my history of disordered eating, I just can't see it. Thank you for understanding. Okay, no problem.
She has a point, but a dress code is there for a reason. I know a lot of guys who have been told to put their pants up at school because of the dress code.
And that conversation will go one day. And can you explain to me what's so sexual about her shoulders? Bearing in mind, sir, that she is a minor. Oh, it was a distraction. You think she'd focus better in a sweater? I don't understand. Oh, a distraction for the boys. So you think that we should get her to change to adjust for their behavioral issues? I mean, that sounds a little messed up, but you're the educator. What do you think that teaches our girls? Are those who were leering at her also pulled out of class, or was my daughter the only one who's having a consequence for this issue? Right, and on the topic of the boys in her classroom, if I go in there, will any of them have their pants so low I can see their boxers? Hello? A dress code? No, I didn't sign that. Oh yeah, a professional environment. No, sir, sorry, you're confused. She's not a professional. She's a child getting the education.
So she and her husband are one too?
Okay, but here's the thing. When Bill Clinton was president, my children came home from school and they had no idea it was actually called the Oval Office. They thought it was called the Oral Office because of the talk in the elementary schools. Bill Clinton educated my children at a much younger age than I wanted to.
But Vicky, Bill Clinton isn't running for president right now.
Exactly.
We're talking about Hillary Clinton.
No, but his wife is. His wife is. And they are a pair. The two are one.
This woman seems very upset. Understandable why. This guy apparently got away with murder. Shonda Rhimes is teaching us something.
Looks like Wisconsin's gonna burn tonight. All 5 charges. All 5 charges. Not guilty. Unreal. If you don't know what white privilege looks like, look no goddamn further. Look no further. He got away with murder! And gets to walk scot-free.
I did not know a 10-second clip could get me so annoyed. Your mother does not choose your gender, science does, Mr. Limited Edition.
Wait. Did your mom pick out your gender for you? That's embarrassing, bro. I got my own, limited edition.
How much did this make you laugh on a scale of 1 to 10? This woman's acting like she's been forced to stay on this camera. SJW surprise me all the time.
Oh, you're so observant. Yeah, I do have belly hair. I also have armpit hair, back hair, leg hair.
Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time on Talk Center.